Your 10th birthday party isn't at a pizza place with a clown. It's at a private estate with armed guards stationed every 20 feet. The other kids think the men in suits carrying radios are just part of the decorations. You know better. You've always known better. Most children learn the alphabet first. You learned code words. Red means danger. Green means all clear. Phoenix means evacuate immediately. By age 7, you understood that the nice man who drives you to school isn't just a driver. He's former special forces, and the bulge under his jacket isn't a cell phone. Your father runs the most powerful criminal organization in the hemisphere. To the world, he's a monster. To you, he's the man who reads bedtime stories with a voice that can order executions an hour later without changing tone. This split reality is your normal. It's the only life you've ever known. The mansion you call home has 32 rooms. You've counted. What you haven't counted are the hidden passages, the reinforced safe rooms, or the emergency exit tunnels that snake underground for half a mile. Your childhood games of hide and seek doubled as evacuation drills. Your father made sure of that. School is complicated. You attend the most elite private academy in the country, surrounded by children of diplomats and business magnates. They complain about violin lessons and strict bedtimes. You stay quiet. What are you supposed to say? That your birthday present was an armored SUV? That your father's business associates make politicians nervous? The other kids sense you're different. They just can't figure out why. You're polite, well-dressed, and your homework is always perfect because you have 3 tutors. But there's something in your eyes, something that makes even the bullies keep their distance. It's the look of someone who understands consequences in a way children shouldn't. Your best friend, if you can call him that, is Miguel. His father owns a tech company. Legitimate, boring, safe. You envy him sometimes. He invited you to his house once for a sleepover. Your father sent 4 security personnel who set up a perimeter. Miguel's parents were confused. You were mortified. You never got invited back. At home, dinner is formal. Your father sits at the head of the table, your mother to his right, you to his left. The food is prepared by a chef who trained in Paris. The conversation is careful. Your mother asks about school. Your father listens with the same intensity he applies to everything. You've learned to read his silences. Some mean he's pleased. Others mean someone won't see tomorrow. He's never hidden his world from you, not completely. That's the thing people don't understand about legacy. You don't wake up one day and choose this life. It chooses you the moment you're born. Your last name is your inheritance, your burden, your identity. When you were 8, a rival organization kidnapped you from school. They grabbed you during recess, threw you in a van, and drove for 3 hours before stopping at a warehouse. You weren't scared. Your father had prepared you for this. You knew he'd come. You knew what would happen to them when he did. The rescue took 40 minutes. You heard the gunfire before you saw your father. When the door burst open, he was there, gun in hand, face completely calm. He untied you himself, checked you for injuries, then told you to close your eyes and keep them closed. You heard screams. You didn't look. You learned later that he killed all 7 kidnappers personally, not as a message to others, as a father protecting his son. After that incident, your security tripled. Your father also started your training. Not with weapons, not yet, with awareness. He taught you to read rooms, to identify exits, to spot undercover agents by their shoes. He taught you that survival isn't about strength. It's about information and timing. Your mother tries to maintain normalcy. She organizes your schedule like any wealthy parent might. Piano lessons on Tuesday, tennis on Thursday, tutoring every evening. She pretends the armed guards are invisible. She pretends the late-night phone calls that make your father's jaw tighten are just business. She's protecting you the only way she knows how, by creating an illusion of ordinary life. But ordinary is impossible when federal agents photograph your house from across the street, when your father's lawyer visits more often than your relatives, when you overhear conversations about shipments and territories and problems that need permanent solutions. You turned 13 last month. Your father gave you a choice, something he never had. He sat you down in his office, just the 2 of you, and spoke with brutal honesty. He told you that this empire he built, this kingdom of shadows, could be yours one day. Or you could walk away. He'd make sure you were protected, set up with a new identity, a clean life far from here. Really an answer. Then he said something that stuck with you. He told you that power isn't inherited, it's earned. That respect comes from competence, not bloodline. That if you chose this path, you'd have to prove yourself twice as hard because everyone would assume you only got here because of his name. The real test came 2 weeks ago. Your father's second in command, a man named Ramos who'd been with the organization for 20 years, was caught skimming money. Not a lot, just enough to notice if you were paying attention. Your father was paying attention. He brought you to the meeting. You sat in the corner while Ramos was brought in, sweating through his expensive suit. Your father didn't yell. He never yells. He simply presented the evidence, accounting ledgers that told the story of betrayal in neat columns. Ramos begged. He blamed gambling debts, sick relatives, anything he could think of. Your father listened without expression. Then he looked at you. Everyone in the room looked at you. Your father asked what should be done. This was the moment. The choice he'd offered wasn't theoretical anymore. It was sitting right there, waiting for your answer. Show mercy and seem weak before men who respect only strength. Show ruthlessness and confirm you're your father's son, for better or worse. You thought about Miguel's house, about normal sleepovers and parents who worry about report cards. You thought about the armed guards outside your bedroom. You thought about the warehouse and your father's calm face as he untied you. Then you gave your answer. You said to give him another chance. The room exhaled. Ramos nearly collapsed from relief. Your father's expression didn't change, but you caught something in his eyes. Disappointment, maybe, or approval. You still can't tell which. Ramos was demoted, stripped of his authority, assigned to grunt work. Your father never mentioned it again. But the men noticed. They started watching you differently. Some with relief that you weren't a monster. Others with concern that you might be soft. You're not sure which interpretation is closer to the truth. School becomes increasingly surreal. Your literature teacher assigns an essay on morality and Shakespeare. You write about mercy and justice while your phone buzzes with encrypted messages about shipment routes. Your classmates stress about college applications. You stress about whether the new distribution network in the Northern Territories is sustainable. At school, you're elected student council president. Your campaign focused on improving cafeteria food and extending library hours. The irony isn't lost on you. You're running a mock government while learning to navigate a real criminal empire. Your guidance counselor calls you a natural leader. If only she knew. Miguel's family moves away during spring break. His father got transferred to another city. He doesn't tell you goodbye in person, just sends a text that says it was fun while it lasted. You understand. Being your friend comes with complications his family can't afford. You don't blame him. You'd leave too if you could. But you can't. Because despite everything, despite the violence and the moral compromises and the weight that shouldn't belong to someone your age, there's a part of you that doesn't want to leave. A part that feels alive in strategy meetings. That feels purposeful when solving complex logistical problems. That craves the respect in hardened men's eyes when you speak. Your father was right. Power isn't inherited, but maybe the appetite for it is. Summer arrives. Your father announces you'll be spending it learning the business properly. Not just observation anymore. Participation. He assigns you to work with different divisions. You'll spend 2 weeks with distribution, 2 with accounting, 2 with security. You'll learn every aspect of the operation from the ground up. Your mother objects. You're still a child, she says. Your father replies that childhood is a luxury. In this world, you're either prepared or you're dead. There's no third option. You pack a bag without complaint. As the car pulls away from your house, you look back at your mother standing in the doorway. She's not crying. She's too strong for that. But her face carries a grief that has nothing to do with your temporary absence. She's mourning something else. The normal life you'll never have. The innocent kid you stopped being the moment you were born into this family. The future that was decided before you could speak. You turn forward and watch the city pass by your window. Somewhere out there, kids your age are worried about summer reading lists and swimming pool passes. You're headed to learn how to move product across international borders without detection. The distance between those two realities feels infinite. But here's what nobody tells you about growing up in this world. Eventually, you stop noticing the distance. The abnormal becomes normal. The impossible becomes Tuesday. And one day, You'll look in the mirror and realize you can't remember what it felt like to be anything other than this.